The Ant and the Grasshopper, a dry season tale. Under the tall, sunlit blades of grass, near a crooked pebble, lived an ant named Bartholomew and a grasshopper called Lucian. They were friends, though quite different. Bartholomew loved to work, his tiny legs always busy stretching from dawn to dusk, while Lucian preferred to rest and play, his green wings humming in the warm air. Bartholomew spent his days carrying crumbs, seeds, and leaves back to his underground home. He lined his chamber with food for days when the ground would grow dry. Every morning, before the dew left tiny pearls on the leaves, Bartholomew could be seen hauling something much bigger than himself, always with careful purpose. Lucian, on the other hand, leaped between wildflowers and buzzed through the grass. He sang from the tops of yellow dandelions, chirping tunes that fluttered through the field. Sometimes he watched Bartholomew hurrying with another crumb and laughed. "You work too much, my friend. See how the sun shines and the breeze is warm. Come, hop along, nothing will happen. There is plenty now for all." But Bartholomew would only smile, wipe his brow with a trembling antenna, and keep on carrying food. The summer days drifted by with a golden light, and the meadow chirped with Lucian's songs. The sound echoed, the grass danced, the air buzzed, and Bartholomew filled his storeroom, one tiny load at a time. One evening, as the shadows grew long and the air held the first edge of dryness, Lucian rested in the grass. He strummed a dandelion stem, his tune growing slower. His belly rumbled, but seeds and crumbs were fewer now. "Bartholomew," Lucian called as his friend passed. "Join me, let us play before the sun sets." But Bartholomew shook his head, his voice soft. "Dry days are coming. I'm nearly finished," he answered, crawling beneath a stiff stalk. Over the next days, the green faded to yellow, and puddles dried into cracks. The once lush meadow withered under the sun's glare. Bartholomew watched from the entrance of his ant home, guarded by small stones. He could hear the wind whisper through the brittle grass, swish, swish. Lucian tried to find food. He searched every corner, hungry and tired. There were no soft seeds to nibble, no fresh leaves to chew. The ground was hard, the air was hot, and Lucian's chirps grew faint. At night, he listened to his own stomach rumble. One afternoon, as the sun scorched the field, Lucian limped to Bartholomew's neat mound. He tapped softly on the stone. "Knock, knock." "Bartholomew," he whispered, voice quivering. "Please help me. I am so hungry. May I have some food, just a little?" Bartholomew peeked from behind the mound, his feelers twitching. He remembered Lucian singing happily while he worked alone. He hesitated, recalling all those days of laughter and the warnings he'd given. The air was so dry it stung. "I have just enough for myself to last the dry season," Bartholomew said quietly. "I warned you before, Lucian. Each of us must prepare when the field is green. I wish I could help, but I cannot give you food now." Bartholomew turned and disappeared down into the cool dark of his burrow. Lucian stared at the empty field, heart heavy. The sky above was a pale blue, streaked with thin clouds that brought no shade or rain. He wandered to the edge of the meadow, looking for anything to ease his hunger, but the ground remained bare. Night settled cool and deep, and the chirps of summer had vanished. Days passed. Bartholomew stayed inside, rationing his food and waiting for the return of the rain. Lucian moved slowly, weak but still watching the sky and waiting too. At last, dark clouds gathered and thunder rumbled. Boom! Rain splashed the earth, and shoots of green began to push through the cracks. As the meadow breathed again, Bartholomew crawled out and saw Lucian lying by a fresh green sprout, weak but alive. Bartholomew approached quietly, a seed in his tiny jaws. He had thought many times about friendship and choices. "Lucian," Bartholomew said, "next time, maybe we can work together. There is much to do, but it is easier if we help each other." Lucian managed a small sound, and together they watched new grass grow, hoping for better choices and brighter days to come.